What's going on, gamers? It's your boy Diggs Gaming. Welcome back to All Functions Gaming News. And tonight, we're just going to skim through a lot of the big news. We'll go into full detail about the two showcases and the Pokemon Scarlet Violet trailer. But otherwise, everything else, I'm just going to skim through it. It's been a long week for a lot of us. That's why I'm by myself tonight and just don't feel like going into a full detail of everything. But I do want to give you the news that came out, and I have an announcement. We will not be back next week. We will try to be back the week after, but next week it's just going to be crazy going on in our lives. So next week we will not be back, but we'll try to be back the following week. So let's jump right in right now. PlayStation is going to be releasing gray camouflage accessories for the PlayStation 5 this fall. That is pretty interesting, and I like it. I like camouflage, so might pick it up, might not, don't know. Jim Ryan has called out Microsoft in response to Phil Spencer talking about how they have deals in place to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. He said that the deal that they offered would only be for 3 years after the current deal expired. Next time we get an update of that, I'll try to get others on board so we can go into full detail, but make this short. I kind of agree with Jim Ryan. I see his point there, but again, I don't have time to go into full detail about this. Sony's new PlayStation 5 model has been completely redesigned internally. Austin Evans broke that down and discovered that they did a lot of changes to it internally, and they might have done it for the better. Definitely check out his video on that. Sony Interactive Entertainment's representative director and executive VP, Masayasu Ito, hopefully I pronounced that right, sorry if I didn't, is going to be retiring in October and taking a new position at the company. This guy, I believe, was with PlayStation for the very beginning and was in charge of the design of a few of their consoles. And yeah, so played a big role in the company. And like I said, he'll be retiring and taking a new position at Sony. Xbox Studios' Matt Booty has said that the days of single studio AAA games are disappearing, and I think we all can agree with him on that. We have seen that where studios have been, well, multiple studios have been working on a big AAA game. So not really surprised by his comments. I think we all see that going on right now. An update on Perfect Dark. First thing, Perfect Dark Reboot is rumored to be a third-person shooter. Hopefully that's not the case, because I can imagine a lot of fans would be upset about that because it's a first-person shooter, the other games, and if this is a third-person shooter, I know there are going to be people upset about that. And also, Xbox's leadership was actually called out by developers in regards to the initiative and the Perfect Dark reboot. And I mean, we've seen this before. We saw reports about the initiative and the Perfect Dark reboot, and hopefully Xbox can turn this around, and hopefully we can get a good game out of this. And then Cyberpunk 2077, first expansion is titled Phantom Liberty, and it's only going to be for next gen. So Cyberpunk fans, you have an expansion coming soon. And then Tencent has acquired a 49.9% stake in the company that owns Ubisoft, or the parent company of Ubisoft. So not Ubisoft itself, its parent company. And not surprised by that. Tencent has really been on a buy spree lately, especially with how things are going right now in terms of the video game industry and the companies buying other companies. So not surprised by this. Really not surprised it's Tencent either. All right, let's get into the showcases and the trailer. I'm going to start with the Pokemon Scarlet Violet trailer because that came out first. And we got a lot of information about the story itself. And as was mentioned previously, there's going to be 3 different storylines tied to this game. First one, Victory Road. Of course, that's the basic gyms in different locations to try to earn the rank of champion. I mean, that's a standard for Pokemon games. And, you know, that's the one that I'm betting everybody's going to be doing first. If it turns out that we can do these in our own order, and I'm betting that's what everybody's going to be doing first. And then the second one is called The Path of Legends, where you are joining another character, Arvin, hopefully I pronounced that right, in search of rare ingredients. And that is interesting to me because I'm interested to see why we're going to be collecting these rare ingredients and what really it's going to entail in terms of story for this. That's going to be interesting. And then Starfall Street, and we got our first look at the team in this game, and it's called Team Star, and they're a group of delinquents causing trouble for the school that you are enrolled at. I absolutely love it. I love the design of Team Star. And I just cannot wait to get my hands on this game. And then we saw Titan Pokemon, which is this game's version of Totem Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, this game it just keeps sounding more and more exciting every time I hear more about it. Just cannot wait to get my hands on this game. We're 2 months away from it. So, Pokemon fans, looks like we're going to be in for a fun ride when Scarlet and Violet release. Okay, so our first showcase was the Disney Marvel Game Showcase. And to be honest, guys, if you didn't watch it, you didn't really miss a whole lot. Not a lot was really shown off, or nothing really too big was shown off. First thing they talked about was a game called Tron Identity, and it was literally just a tease with the title screen. That's all it was. We got no cinematic, no gameplay, no nothing. So I have no idea really what this game is or what's going to be going on. All we know is that it's coming in 2023. And then we saw a side scrolling game with Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald. And I gotta admit, it looked really interesting and it looked like it could be a lot of fun for big Disney fans. And it's coming to the Switch. It's called Illusion Island, and it definitely sounds interesting. Then we got an update for Marvel Midnight Suns, which is coming December 2nd. Looks like this game is coming together nicely. Remember, this is being done by the developers of XCOM, so I don't think we have anything to worry about. New characters are coming to Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. There's also a Galactic edition of the game coming out. Got an update on Return to Monkey Island from the voice of the main character, and that was pretty fun to hear. There's also going to be a scrapbook in the game to catch up players who did not play the other games. Of course, with the revival of racing games, Disney deciding to put their foot into it with a racing game called Speedstorm, and that's going to be coming soon. Not sure what soon means because we didn't get an exact release date. And by the way, I'm not going over everything that was showing off. I'm just going over the main talking points to me. Skydance New Media's finally revealed their Marvel game, and it is a game that involves Captain America, Black Panther, and World War II. Now, the Black Panther in this game is not T'Challa, it's T'Challa's grandfather. And it's going to be him teaming up with Captain America and two other characters. That includes a Wakanda spy and a member of the Howling Commandos. All we got was a tease, no gameplay, but from the premise alone, it seems like we should be keeping an eye out on this game because it sounds absolutely interesting and it sounds like it could be an amazing game. Hopefully it's done right. But yeah, and that was really all the talking points from the Marvel Disney game showcase. I know I reversed it. That's my bad. But yeah, it just wasn't that great. I mean, I gave it a C minus, D plus. So if you really were interested in some of these games, I would just take a look at the game, at those games themselves, not really the whole showcase. And then Ubisoft Forward, that showcase, which included a half hour on Assassin's Creed. I'm going to start with everything else, and then I'll go into Assassin's Creed. So it started with Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and this game is coming together really nicely. I think it's going to be even better than the first one, which is really saying something because the first one really surprised a lot of people, turned out really well, and I think this one could be better. Now, I never played the first game, and I'm probably not going to pick up this one either, but definitely looks like it's coming together nicely. And then we got like a cinematic for Skull and Bones, but we've already seen everything that we can from Skull and Bones. Remember, this game is going to be releasing the day before God of War Ragnarok, so yeah, I'm not really convinced this game is going to do well. Riders Republic is getting a new update with BMX. That's interesting. And this update is set to launch on September 14th. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is getting its next update, Season 11. That's going to be coming soon. We also have Tom Clancy's The Division Hardline and Tom Clancy's The Division Resurgence and Rainbow Six Mobile. So Netflix is partnering up with Ubisoft, coming out with 3 exclusive titles coming to Netflix. And also we have a Assassin's Creed live action TV show in the works. And then we got the Assassin's Creed news. And it started with the new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Mirage. And this is absolutely amazing. This is taking place in Bag- Baghdad, where the main character is a thief turned assassin, and oh my god, this looks absolutely amazing. Now, this game is available for pre-order for $50, and this is taking Assassin's Creed back to its origins. It just looks absolutely amazing. Now, we only got a cinematic. We didn't really get a lot of gameplay. Actually, we didn't get any gameplay, but from what we saw, yeah, I'm excited for this. Can't wait to see actual gameplay of this. It's going to be coming out in 2023. After that, we have the last expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla called The Last Chapter. So, Assassin's Creed Valhalla fans, one more expansion coming to the game. Then we got an announcement for 3 other Assassin's Creed games. The first one, Codename Jade, is going to be a mobile game taking place in China in 215 BCE. The next one, Codename Red, is finally taking players to feudal Japan, where everybody's been waiting for Assassin's Creed to do. And the final one is Codename Hexe. This one, it was only a teaser, but so many questions that just need to be answered. This one really piqued my interest, and just take a look at the teaser and you will see why. Then we got word on what's going on with Assassin's Creed Infinity. It looks like it's a hub for the other Assassin's Creed games, which is interesting. We'll see what really that entails. Really, for me, this Ubisoft Forward showcase was just an hour of some random games and then a half hour of Assassin's Creed, where probably everybody was looking forward to, and the Assassin's Creed did not disappoint for me. Hopefully, this turns out to have a bright future for the Assassin's Creed series. I really hope that does happen, and I just cannot wait to see what's in store for the Assassin's Creed series. But that is all I wanted to talk about today. Again, sorry, this is a little shorter than what this would normally be. Again, it was a long week. And again, we will not be back next week for gaming news. We'll try to be back 2 weeks after today. And I will see you guys next time.